Okay, hello all you crazy people out there. My name is Dragonite, and welcome back to Harvest December. I would deserve it if someone stabbed me in the dark, I thought. What have I done? What have I done? That's all I could mutter when I was left alone. I always seem to put myself in awkward situations on a whim. You don't say! The bag hanging on my shoulder felt heavier than usual. Phew! Signaling came naturally to me now. Sighing came naturally to me now. The wind's strong and it's getting cold, I grumbled as I turned a corner. Masaki-kun! Nakahira-san. Yukari looked as happy as a puppy. She pushed herself on the electric pole she was leaning against and ran towards me eagerly. Why are you here? I've always wanted to walk to school with my boyfriend, so I waited for you. Whoa. I was taken aback. I didn't think she would put it so directly. Well? Well, what? What are you asking approval for? I'm seeking approval for from your soul. I really don't get you. She looked disappointed. Let's just go. Okay. Did you see them? They're a couple walking to school together, right? All the doubtful questions. I understood why they would find us weird. I couldn't get used to the sensation of being pulled backwards constantly. Nakahira-san? Because I felt shy walking next to you. It attracts too much attention. I like that expression on Yuki and Shiro's face in the background right there. But, I almost tilted her backwards from her tugging. I have a feeling we're attracting more attention this way. But, her voice wobbled. She was holding the hem of my uniform, following me. I felt like a dog on a leash. It already took me enough courage to turn up near your house to wait for you, so... Oh no, I pretty much just confessed I researched where he lives. He must think I'm crazy. No, I'll just say I live nearby, but... What if he says he wants to come over to my place? Then what do I do? Could I simply say I was just joking when I said I lived nearby? No, that just makes it look dishonest. I'm such an idiot. It's our first day together, and Masaki-kun is such a wimp I thought there'd never be a possibility things would go that far. I swear I've been matching underwear. I did not need to know that. In fact, I wear granny underwear, so I did not need to know that either. So what's going to happen now if he really asks? I don't know what to do. That was too much information. I told you, but at least I knew her opinion of me now. A wimp, huh? Maybe I should go travel and find myself. Are they lovers? Maybe master and servant. Just as I had expected, everybody looked confused as to what our relationship was. I reached out backwards and grabbed Yukari's wrist. Oh no! Come to think of it, I still have that Dojin manga Masaki X Kohai spread open on my desk. What if he sees... Huh? Trust me, this is much better. Finally, she was walking by my side. Good morning! At last, I could talk to her normally. Everyone is looking! Of course they are! We made a pretty big spectacle yesterday. I scowled at the people around me. They snapped their heads in different directions each time they met my eyes, pretending not to look, but as soon as I looked away, I could feel their eyes upon us again. Reality is merciless, right? Yukari said proudly, and then quickly hugged my arm, suddenly embarrassed. You really have done your research. I made so much progress. I thought this would happen next week. She hugged my arm tighter. Nice. This was heaven. I didn't have to worry about getting my arm broken. I didn't have to worry about the stereo bickering from Yuki and Shiro. This was wonderful. Misaki-kun, why are you crying? These are tears of joy because you're such a girl. Huh? She looked confused. Oh, how adorable. This was what girls should look like. We're early, so we've got time. We can walk slower. She looked so happy. And secretly I was letting out of breath, because I knew our time was running out. I wasn't allowed to show that I knew it. I had to pretend. But in the end, reality would be merciless. I knew. That's why I'd have to play my part, just as I promised. That's why what? Was it wrong for me to? No, I was just thinking about you. She pressed her face against my sleeve. Oh my, oh. Then, in an embarrassed frenzy, she rubbed her face on it as if she was drying herself. Then I understood. She didn't have a clue how to handle the situation she had created either. I guess awkward people understand each other. This boy is truly hopeless. As for the other two behind us, I wish I could punish her for adultery just like in the good old days. I was pretty sure that involved some kind of torture device. Shiro looks pretty hungry. I think I should give him a piece of meat. Not mine, please. I guess the powerful understand each other too. Ha 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 ha. Ouch. Oh my god. After finishing lunch, I headed straight to the library. I can still taste Yuki's cooking in my mouth. She was pretty lightheaded about the salt, just the way I liked it, but now that she was pregnant, she used almost none of it. Apparently, it was way better for the child. It was better for the child. I made a suggestion to the librarian that perhaps the school should stack up on more books about maternity and bringing up children. No, I don't think so. I think you'd be the only one who'd need them. Oh, isn't that obvious? I felt chagrined. I dumped the contents of the brown paper bag I was carrying on a desk. Secrets to Bringing Up Children, Daddy's Special Edition. Didn't you do this in February? Hey, don't peek. I know the title sounds wrong. Firstly, it wouldn't be a secret anymore if they publish it, and secondly, if this is a special edition, I'm assuming there's a normal edition too. You know what I think is wrong? Waving those books in front of my face. I'm 35 and single, and all my friends are married. Are you trying to make a point? She punched me. You got punched by a librarian? I'm writing that down for a video title. My handwriting is so bad. Alright. Thank God the other librarian stopped her, because if they hadn't, I'm sure I would have seen the heaven's door again. As if he loses one person who's interested in beating him up, and now he just gains another. I flipped open a book I had marked with a dog ear. Baby food, starting on solids. Cooperate with your spouse to do the following things. I took a few notes and wrote down a reminder to myself to research what types of food were high in nutrition and easy to digest. Apparently, how you start a baby on solids could influence which food the child would like or dislike in the future. I looked up from the book at the exact same time the student sitting opposite me did. He was from the same grade as I was, and he was taking notes from a catalog on universities. I thought. We were both taking notes, but the material I was reading was way too different. And the legend continues, he commented. He might have been teasing me or was genuinely in awe. I decided I would take it as the latter. Masaki-kun, Nakahira-san, we baked some cookies in home economics today. She waved a bag of cookies high above her head. Mine just came out of the oven, so they're still hot. Very nice, but... I gestured to my surroundings. Huh? Everybody in the library was looking at her, yelling by the entrance. The librarian, the one that was single and 35, coughed once. Oh, sorry, I forgot myself. I'd rather didn't see anybody. I was focused on Masaki-kun and nobody else mattered. That's actually kind of mean to say. I decided to prevent Yukari from causing any further trouble. I beckoned to her. Okay. No, don't run in the library. 1 minute later. On the other hand, I think you're an exception. The librarian looked fed up. That was you running, right? But of course. Okay. Yukari sat down next to me. Going to keep reading when you're with me. I was reading this before you came. I think I have every right to. But I closed the book and put it back in the paper bag. Yeah, but it's something that has nothing to do with us and I have no interest in... Oh! Masaki-kun, are you looking into our future? Is this something you're considering? What is wrong with everybody in this story? But we've only got 1 month and there are steps to take to get there and I doubt we go so as far as... I think the book will be unnecessary, yes. I have a feeling you're anticipating it more than I am. The way she excited herself was freaking me out. Just eat the cookies already. Forcefully changing the conversation. Just eat it. Okay. I went along with it. I'm being obedient. I opened a small bag. The scent of butter and warm chocolate wafted through the library. But Yukari, no eating is allowed in the library. Ms. Librarian, please don't disturb us. I'm just trying to do my job here. This is the reason why you can't get married. Bad sense of TPO. Grrr. I suppose you took care of that. Misaki-kun, there's tea, too. She pulled out a couple of juice packs filled with English tea. The cookies smell good. Yuki-chan said so. Why did you look away? What does it taste like? I don't have a strong stomach, you know. It's not like it's weird or anything, I'm just nervous because I haven't eaten it yet. I don't know if it's good. Well then. I took out a cookie. Huh? Have a taste. I offered it to her, waving it under her nose. Don't you believe in me? You'll have to judge it yourself first. She looked annoyed but nodded in agreement. Itadakimasu! It's weird for me to say this since it's what you made, but Meshi Jare. Crunch. My brain froze. It's really good. She was eating the cookie directly from my hand, staring at me as she did so. She really is a dog. Oh my. She kept eating while I sat in shock. I could hear the cookies breaking into pieces under her teeth. It was like feeding a hamster. The cookie got lighter and lighter in my fingers, then finally, something soft covered my fingertips. She had caught my fingertips between her lips. We both looked stunned for a moment. Then I felt something wet brush across my fingertip. Hey! Oh, 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 oh! We finally snapped out of it. It wasn't on purpose. The cookie was so good I couldn't stop eating it, and by the time I knew it, it was your finger. It was true. I didn't lick your finger on purpose either. It just happened. It must be something my muscles just did. But I was kind of excited because I didn't think like a man's finger would be so hard, but don't tell anybody I said that. You like, what's her face? The other one who talks in Run-On, Sakura. Yeah. Okay, I understand. It's better for us both to pretend that you were innocent and had no intention of doing anything, so let's calm down. Even I was speaking in a flustered manner similar to hers. Anyway, the cookie was really good. Alright, I'll have one too. I stuck my fingers into the bag. No! She took the bag of cookies away from me. Nagahira-san, it's my turn to feed you. She then picked up a cookie and stuck it out towards my lips. Say ah! Whoa. Gentlemen, I know I have a girl doing a classic say ah thing to me. I now have a girl doing the classic say ah thing to me. Yuki did it every day, but for some reason this felt quite unbelievable. Come on. Ah. I gave in. I took a bite. It's sweet. Is that all? It's good. It was a little brittle from overbaking, but still, it was pretty good. Towada-senpai makes you lunch, but at least I get to be the first girl to feed you cookies. Some of the students began edging away from us as if they couldn't stand the suffocating atmosphere, and to be fair, I would probably be doing the same. Sickeningly sweet, the boy opposite me commented, and I couldn't agree more. I'd agreed to this limited time dating thing, but it was turning into something that I had never expected. This was supposed to be a charity job. I'd be nice, keep a certain distance from her, and finish my duty. But here I was, eating the second cookie she held up towards my mouth. I was hopeless. Misaki, you're so easily bought. What? Yukari quickly pulled the cookie out of my mouth and stuffed it back into her bag. Since when were you watching? Since you opened your mouth like an idiot waiting to be fed. Ao crossed her arms before her and shifted her gaze from me to Yukari. So you're the one everyone's been talking about. Ao placed a finger under Yukari's chin to study her. Then she leaned in close. I love puppy girls like you two. What do you mean? Why are you unbuttoning my blouse? Ao has a special condition. It's called love, Ao replied. I think this is improper. We live in a modern society. I'm not going to... Ao stilled. The change in her was subtle. I only noticed because I was close, trying to stop her. Her eyes turned cold and she stared at Yukari without blinking. Yukari laughed nervously under Ao's stare. Why are you here? Huh? Or should I ask how? She studied Yukari intently. Her fingers trembled slightly as she clutched Yukari's blouse. Yukari looked pained. You're Tagami-senpai, right? You're trying to play innocent, are you? And we've got creepy music playing in the background again. I just barely noticed that. Did I do something to you, senpai? No, you didn't. You didn't do anything, and that's why I have questions. Ao's mouth twisted into an awkward smile. You know me. Of course you do. But why are you here? Did you want Masaki so badly? Ellipses. Yukari dropped her bag of cookies. They broke and scattered all over the floor, right in the library. Ao, you're frightening her. So you're taking her side, are you? Ao sounded cold as if she despised me. After a moment, she let go, withdrawing her hands. Yukari still looked tense. I suppose you can't say no, Misaki, if a girl like this throws herself at you. You're male, after all. She looked down at me. It was that look I knew too well from the past, the look of her eyeing her prey. Why are you here, Ao? I felt myself building a wall between us again. This is just so typical of you, Ao muttered. She looked around the library at her audience. The students quickly averted their eyes, turning their heads to mind their own business. You're behaving badly, Ao. I'm behaving as much better than you, the hopeless louse you are. She turned her head towards the window and peered out through slit eyes. Sorry, that was harsh. She then patted Yukari lightly on the head and simply walked out of the library. I could hear people letting out their breaths. I hadn't realized, but I was holding mine as well. Yukari began chatting to me, but I couldn't hear half of what she was saying. Ao Tagami was the one person I believed would never show any sign of breaking. But after she made her exit, it looked as if she was running away. Welcome to my home. And I'm going to end this off here. So for now, my name is Dragonite. I hope you all enjoyed that, because this just keeps getting more and more awkward, and I will see you all later.